Out here in the pine forests of Central Oregon, in search of the elusive Morel mushroom. I wonder where they could be. So here we are in an old burn, and right where I expected them to be, we have the elusive Morel mushroom. Two from right up the hill. Just find this nice little group of three right here. One hanging out behind him. And the other people in our party have already found probably half a dozen. We haven't even been here for 30 minutes. This is the very first spot we picked to get the, hey, doggies are my mushrooms. Back off. All right.
Go.
For 2020.
Watch out, you got two dogs in your way.
Incoming doggo. Back off, dog.
Oh, go away, go away, go away. Go. Go. Yeah, here.
Hey.
Fucking annoying mutts.
Go. Find anything yet, Ben?
I haven't.
What about you, Odin? No? Okay. It's a meal right there. I'm just looking at my quantity. I'm like, yeah, some dinner right there.
You want to throw them in the bag?
I will look.
Huh. Zoe!
I just found two more. Tell me if you find them. You're looking right at them. Now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah, there we go. It's one, two. Hiding. Both of them are in pretty great shape. Right about where you'd want to pick them. It's one. Two. Jablow. And we're all doing good today. We barely even had to look, to be completely honest. You can spend 3, 4, 8-hour days walking around just looking before you find anything. No problem. And we literally stumbled out of the car, walked 100 yards down the road, and I said, hey, look, down there looks pretty good. And we walked down here, and here they are. So, pretty sweet. So while I'm looking in the immediate area for more, we'll take a moment to talk about why Morel mushrooms are so popular and what they really are. So they are an ascomycete cup fungus, and part of their popularity attributes to the fact that they grow in the springtime, when few other mushrooms are growing, and when everybody is cooped up for multiple months in the wintertime. Morels pretty much come with the very first beckoning of springtime or spring weather, and it's a very popular activity to get out and look for them. On top of that, they're entirely delicious. It really depends which species you're picking as to like the quality of the flavor. But they're highly sought after by chefs and, well, just about everybody. They also fetch a high price at market if you were to choose to sell them. And that is because of the limited availability, once again due to the time of year they appear and also the nature of their appearance. They only grow prolifically in burned areas, like forest fire areas. You can also find them in clear cuts, but that is a different species and they're far inferior. And then the very best of the best morels are what we call the natural species. And those are the ones that do not grow in association with disturbance, aka a forest fire, mulching, clear cutting. A windstorm can even do it. When a lot of branches get knocked down out of the trees and hit the forest floor, you can get a flush of morels after a big wind event in the wintertime. So yeah, either they're a disturbance species or a natural species, and the natural species have a superior flavor. Around here, the Morella snyderi, Snyder's morels, are the best ones to eat, followed by the American blonde morel. We will not find any American blonde morels around here. They are not a conifer associated morel, they are a hardwood associated morel. And so I believe that what we're picking up here right now could be Morella snyderi, but it may be just one of the burn associated species kind of left over from the fire that happened here. You can't really tell, but a huge fire ripped through here about a decade ago. Either way, we're finding them and we're all happy. Here we go. So these three I just picked, I am confident are Morella snyderi, the Snyder's morel. And there are a few ways I can tell. One, the general size and stature of the mushroom. They're thick, they're hefty, they're big, and they have a more rounded head or cap than some of the other species, which will be more vertical, conical. The other thing is this transition of coloration that happens as they mature. So when these pop out, they're a lighter color, almost blonde at the bottom, browner on top, and then starting with the very edges of the pitting, the ridges, they darken from the top to the bottom. And so all three of these morel mushrooms are displaying that color change. And yeah, they are Morella snyderi. Looking at all the other ones, they are probably also all Morella snyderi. There have been a couple that I've found today, or that other people have found, that are more conical. And here's a great example. Two more. Just walking back to the truck now. Found two more right here along the road. And if you can tell, they're different than the Morella snyderi I just picked down the hill. These ones are probably Morella brunea, and they are more conical. They do not have the pitting and lacunose stipe, and they are browner. They don't have the same coloration. So yeah, cool. Two different species of morel today. Fun. I thought I just saw more right in here. Oh well.
Wiped out right now.
All right, day number 2 out here morel hunting. I saw this nice patch of mature forest from the road yesterday. And so this morning I came up here to check it out, and it's been about 15 minutes of poking around. We've got one. Pretty decent. Definitely fresh. So it's a good indicator that there should be more around here. And this one is a Morel brunea. Not the species I prefer to find, and there are normally fewer of them when you find them, and they're smaller, but hey, it's a mushroom. Now I'm going to check the immediate 20 yards surrounding me for any others. Once you find one, kind of key in and check the whole area a little more thoroughly. For lunch today, we got patty melts with morels, courtesy of the food bank and the forest.